Richard Thompson, a successful millionaire known for his empire and sharp business mind, never thought his own home would hide a secret darker than any boardroom betrayal. One afternoon, he decided to leave work early, eager to surprise his wife with dinner plans. But as he walked through the elegant marble hallway, he froze. In the backyard, his wife, dressed in pearls and elegance, was furiously kicking a young girl. The girl's cries echoed through the mansion, while a terrified maid begged her to stop. Richard's heart sank as he realized the girl was not just anyone, but the maid's daughter, who often played quietly in their garden. What Richard did next stunned everyone who knew him, and changed his family forever. Richard Thompson had built his fortune through decades of relentless dedication, transforming his real estate company into a global success. With wealth came status, and with status came a picture-perfect life, or so it seemed. His wife, Victoria, embodied sophistication, flawless in appearance, commanding in presence, and always surrounded by luxury. To outsiders, they were the perfect couple, living in a grand mansion with countless staff to ensure every corner gleamed. Among their employees was Angela, a humble maid who had worked for Richard's family for years. Though quiet and reserved, Angela was known for her honesty and devotion. She often brought her 10-year-old daughter, Mia, with her to work when childcare wasn't available. Mia, a shy but bright girl, spent her time drawing in corners or helping her mother with small tasks. Richard admired Mia's innocence, often gifting her books and toys when he traveled. Unbeknownst to him, Victoria loathed both Angela and Mia. She considered them beneath her, despised their presence in her pristine household, and masked her cruelty whenever Richard was home. While Richard believed he had created a harmonious household, Victoria's resentment brewed beneath the surface. That day, Richard wrapped up his business meeting earlier than expected. Excited to surprise his wife with a dinner date, he drove home, humming along to the radio. As he entered the house, he noticed an unusual silence. No staff bustling about, no sound of laughter from Mia. Curious, he walked toward the garden, following faint cries. There, his perfect world shattered. He saw his elegant wife, her manicured hands clenched, her face twisted with rage, kicking little Mia, while Angela knelt, begging her to stop. Victoria spat venomous words about knowing their place, her anger fueled by entitlement. Richard stood frozen, his mind torn between disbelief and fury. The sight seared itself into Richard's mind. He had seen rivals break in negotiations. He had witnessed empires crumble. But nothing had prepared him for watching the woman he thought he knew inflict cruelty on a defenseless child. "Victoria!" His voice thundered, louder than he intended. His wife froze mid-kick, spinning around, her face pale. Angela shielded Mia, clutching her daughter as if protecting her from a wild beast. "Richard, it's not what it looks like," Victoria stammered, attempting to compose herself. "Not what it looks like?" Richard's eyes burned with fury. "You're attacking a child." Victoria straightened, trying to regain her icy confidence. "She's just a maid's brat, always in the way. Someone has to teach them discipline." Richard's chest tightened. "Discipline? She's a child, Victoria." "A child!" His voice cracked, anger and heartbreak colliding. Angela sobbed quietly, whispering apologies, though she had done nothing wrong. Mia clung to her mother, tears streaming down her small face. Richard rushed to them, kneeling to Mia's level. "Are you hurt, sweetheart?" His voice softened, trembling with compassion. Mia nodded slightly, wiping her tears. He pulled out his phone, snapping a photo of his wife standing with her hand still raised. "Every lie you tell won't erase this." "Richard, you can't be serious. Are you really choosing them over me?" Victoria hissed, her pride wounded. "I'm choosing what's right," he said coldly. "You've disgraced this home, disgraced me. You don't deserve the life I gave you." For the first time, Victoria's mask cracked. Her eyes widened, realizing she had underestimated her husband's moral compass. Richard helped Angela and Mia to their feet, guiding them inside. He ordered another staff member to call the doctor immediately. Then, turning to Victoria, his tone shifted from anger to chilling calmness. "Pack your things. You are no longer welcome in this house." The staff gasped. Whispers rippled through the mansion. Victoria had ruled the household with fear, but in that moment, her reign collapsed. She tried to protest, but Richard's steely glare silenced her. Angela looked up, trembling. "Sir, I should leave too. I don't want more trouble for you." Richard shook his head firmly. "No, Angela. You and Mia are safe here. From now on, you'll never fear in my home again." Victoria erupted in rage. "You can't just throw me out. This is my home." Richard stood tall, his presence overpowering. "This house was built on my work, my sweat, my sacrifice. You brought nothing but cruelty into it. You don't own a single brick here." Her voice cracked as she tried one last manipulation. "Richard, think of our reputation. The world will laugh if they hear you left me over a maid and her child." Richard's jaw tightened. "The world should laugh at cruelty, not at compassion. And if protecting a child ruins my reputation, then let it be ruined." The silence that followed was deafening. Staff members, who once bowed to Victoria's authority, now looked at her with contempt. Angela hugged Mia tightly, both overwhelmed with tears of relief. Victoria, realizing her power had evaporated, stormed upstairs. Doors slammed, suitcases rustled, and within the hour, the once proud mistress of the mansion dragged her luggage out, head held high, but spirit broken. Richard didn't flinch. He didn't plead. He didn't soften. His decision was final. The aftermath of that day echoed far beyond the walls of the Thompson mansion. Word spread quickly among the staff, then through Richard's circle, and soon the story reached the public. While some whispered scandal, most praised Richard for his courage to stand against cruelty, even when the perpetrator was his own wife. Angela and Mia stayed in the mansion that night, treated not as servants but as family. Richard personally ensured Mia received medical care and comfort, even sitting by her side until she fell asleep. He apologized to Angela repeatedly, acknowledging the pain she had endured in silence. "You should never have had to suffer this," he told her. "From today, your daughter's future will not be one of fear, but of opportunity." True to his word, Richard funded Mia's education, promising her the best schools and a safe environment to thrive. Angela, overwhelmed, pledged her loyalty with tears in her eyes, not out of obligation, but genuine gratitude. Victoria, meanwhile, became a cautionary tale. Stripped of her wealth and influence, she faded into obscurity, remembered not for her elegance, but for her cruelty. As months passed, Richard found his household transformed. Laughter replaced fear. Kindness replaced tension. The mansion became a place of warmth rather than cold superiority. Richard himself changed too, realizing that wealth means nothing if it shields injustice. At charity events, he began sharing his story, urging others to treat their staff with dignity. His actions inspired countless others to rethink how they treated those who worked in the shadows of their lives. The day Richard walked in early had begun with horror, but ended with transformation. His choice to defend the defenseless didn't just save a child. It saved his own humanity. And as he watched Mia smile again, Richard knew true wealth wasn't measured in mansions or millions, but in the lives you chose to protect.